All right. Welcome to our fourth episode of T York Politics, a podcast where we spill the tea on everything New York politics. My name is Brian Allen. I am an educational equity consultant, facilitator, trainer, doctoral candidate at Columbia University, and side part time
What?
and part time comedian.
You're a part-time comedian now?
Yeah.
I don't find you particularly funny. I'm Daquan Chung. I was the digital manager for Maya Wiley's 2021 mayoral campaign, and I was the digital manager for the city council and the speaker of the city council, Adrian Adams, who recently ran for mayor and lost. Womp, womp, womp.
You forgot part time clown.
And I'm a part-time clown.
We got to start adding our side gigs on here.
Yeah, the economy is
Speaking of bad economy, last episode we spent a lot of time talking about our excursions in Europe. I found that spending money in the States is getting kind of ridiculous. Like, I step outside and poof, I spend like $200 just like breathing when I step outside.
What did you spend $200 on though? Because it's not
Food, lube, poppers,
expensive cologne.
expensive cologne, fair, but day-to-day expenses are just getting out of hand.
I do.
Cereal is $10.
That's how I felt. I was in South Korea. Is it South Korea? No, Japan. I was in Japan a while ago, maybe like 2019, and that's how I felt in Japan. There's a South Park episode during the recession, like the was it like 2009, 2008 recession, where it's like Stan's dad goes to the bank and he deposits money, and then the guy's like, and it's gone. Literally, when I was in Japan, every time I took money out the ATM machine, I just literally felt like it just was disappearing. But I agree with you. I went to the grocery store yesterday, and usually, I don't know, I feel blessed to be in a place where, like, most of the time I don't pay attention to the prices at the grocery store, but I just got a little bit of things, and then I checked out, and it was like almost $70, and I was like, what the fuck?
And you had food for what, like a day? Not even?
Literally, like, yeah. And also, it's Trader Joe's, which I also feel like is like reasonably affordable. So I
That's
just
my
was
favorite
like,
place.
I was like, why the fuck is this? Are these 10 things like almost $70?
Yeah, no, it's cereal that really stands out for me. I think everybody was focused on the egg crisis. And I don't even know why, like, those are grains. Like, why are grains so expensive?
You said it's cereal for you?
Mm-hmm.
When I moved back to New York, I used to eat cereal. When I was in college, I would have to have, like, if I got up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I literally would have to have a bowl of cereal before I start my day. When I moved back to New York,
Why were
I
you
s-
getting up at 3 in the afternoon?
it's college. It's like,
Fair.
but moving back to New York, I stopped eating cereal because if you go to like C-Town or Key Food, a box of cereal was like $8 or $9.
No, deadass.
I don't understand how anyone affords that.
Yeah, me neither. And I'm kind of tired of it. So I'm gonna be filing my visa documents pretty soon, so I can get the fuck out of here.
Where are you going?
Probably Berlin or Barcelona. One of the B's.
Is the visa process the same for both countries? Like, how does that?
No, you have to have a job if you move to Germany, and you can do remote work if you move to Spain. So
Oh, I thought you said
different
before that you
pathways.
didn't need a job if you moved to Germany.
They give you a year, but like eventually you will need a job. Like,
Okay.
so yeah,
But you don't need one when you get there.
not immediately.
Yeah.
So I could pack up tomorrow.
We talked about this last episode, but
Mhm.
everyone, please work on your exit plans to get out of here. Cause
Time to go.
yes. Um,
You want to do next one?
I just did the shooting happen in Midtown this week?
Yeah, that was Monday. That was Monday.
What's today? Today's Thursday. It's one of those weeks. I'm just like, what day is it? Yeah, so there was a shooting in Midtown. I don't know. There's just a lot of weird information about this, but my main issue with this is that I want to know how somebody in the middle of the day was walking down the street with a semi-automatic assault rifle in Midtown on Park Avenue,
As many
and
police
and
and
there's
military
no
that
police around there, and nobody sees a man walking down Midtown with an assault rifle. I think the NYPD is useless. I think they're a waste of money. They're
well,
getting
yes.
spent, I think it's like over $100 million of overtime. That's like an additional to our already $100 billion budget.
Is that the ones that be standing in the subway, or is that just all around
I think it's just the overtime just counts on
anywhere?
whatever
Like,
it's just over their hours of what
yeah.
they normally have to work. But we're spending like hundreds of millions of dollars of overtime for NYPD officers. I just don't understand how a man just walks down Midtown in the middle of the day.
I really, I question a man driving from Nevada to New York to shoot up a random floor of a building and to allegedly shoot the wrong person that he wasn't attempting to shoot. Like, I don't know. I teeter the fence between like conspiracy and reality very easily. Like stuff just gets very questionable to me. And allegedly, like the woman who was the exec that was one of the folks that are confirmed dead, is like responsible for buying like foreclosed homes or some kind of like real estate stuff where they keep people from accessing like livable like rents and things like that. But
Affordable rent.
affordable rent, yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently, like he was supposed to be going to the NFL or wanted to make a statement about mental health issues from playing football. Like, there's just a lot that isn't adding up.
But so the woman you're talking about was was she the CEO of that
She
company?
was the CEO.
So another CEO that is causing us to have
First, it was healthcare. Now it's real estate.
yeah, unaffordable living conditions in America is now gone.
And I don't think that they want that narrative circulating. They in quotation marks.
That's fair. Well, good riddance to her.
Auf Wiedersehen.
What? Is that German?
Yeah. Since I've been back, I keep saying random German words. Anytime I'm like at a restaurant or something, I just be like, Dankeschön.
What is the word you just said is goodbye?
Auf Wiedersehen is goodbye.
Oh. Well, goodbye to her in German. Say it again.
Auf Wiedersehen. Shout out to the people. It's actually very scary. I was actually over on 52nd, like in that area. I wasn't necessarily on Park, but I was like on the circulating avenues.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the fuck? This is crazy.
This is not in our topic list, but I just randomly want to talk about it because I hate this woman.
Who?
Candace Owens. Did you see that the president of France and his wife? I don't know what they call the wife of the president of France. Like, is it? I don't know if it's like first lady of France.
First baddie.
It's first what? Did you say first baguette?
I said first baddie, but first baguette is actually very fitting.
They're suing Candace Owens because she has this conspiracy theory that she keeps talking about on her podcast or her show or whatever. That the first lady of France is a man.
And not only a man, but his adopted father.
Oh, I haven't even heard.
You haven't heard all of it? No. So she alleges that the president of France's wife is not only a trans woman, but biologically was his adopted father that groomed him and eventually transitioned and married him.
Was the president of France's adopted father?
Yes.
So basically what I've also read is that they basically provided her all of the documents of like Brigitte's, that's her name, Brigitte's birth certificate, like her gynecology records, the birth record. She's apparently given birth to like 2 or 3 children.
Okay.
Like the birth records of her giving birth to 2 or 3 kids. So they have this how do you say it? Liable lawsuit or defamation lawsuit.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure like
she's gonna get sued.
They're gonna win the case. Yeah. I hope they bankrupt that bitch into like poverty because I literally cannot stand that woman.
We shall see.
She is I think this is a good segue into.
Yeah. You threw me off because of conspiracy. We could literally go on a tangent for forever. But earlier, speaking of shooting, this new segment that we're trying out for this episode is called Niggas Harriet Tubman Would Have Shot. So we're going to be discussing a few problematic Black figures, public figures, celebrities, athletes that just are not on the right side of history. And we feel as though some of our ancestors who were on the right side of history would rather do without in today's time. So the first nigga.
Wait, this title comes from because Harriet Tubman used to shoot niggas who was against
Getting
her
free.
helping
Exactly.
escape free slaves to freedom.
Yes. So it was well known that Harriet Tubman on the road to freedom up north, Northern America, Canada, if you wasn't with the shits, if you was making too much noise, if you just was about to like fuck shit up, she was taking you out. So this is in reference to that.
Who's first?
Shannon Sharpe. Recently, Shannon Sharpe was fired by the ESPN and also settled for a sexual harassment lawsuit for a 21-year-old white OnlyFans model who he was having sexual relationships with or was like talking to online. Notably, he said the phrase, "Put my black baby inside of you" to her. But
I haven't been paying attention to the whole thing.
It's actually pretty wild. He's 57. I think he's 57. She's 21. Yeah, he said he was gonna put a black baby in her. Somehow she began to feel uncomfortable and she sued him and won for like 21 million, I think.
I was curious about this. I haven't heard all the details, but I know like when this had came out, he was in the process of doing like $100 million podcast deal. Is that canceled?
The podcast is still up in the air, but ESPN let him go. So we'll see what continues to happen from this. But he settled for the 21 million. She's since retired from OnlyFans and is living her best white woman life.
Also, did you see the thing where it was like something about how he wants his kids to like struggle or
Oh yeah, there was something he refused. He said that he was the last person that like his daughter, he wouldn't pay for his daughter's wedding. Yeah, some weird shit. And he said like he was the last person that he wanted his children to come to like if they were in a financial bind. So
won't help your black kids, but will have to pay out how much
21 million.
21 million to a white woman.
And that amount in the settlement is his exact earnings from when he was playing in the league.
I don't really I don't really follow sports, so
I don't know. Shannon Sharpe was not on my list of like top athletes. Like
I literally only heard of this man once his podcast.
Yeah.
What is the Club Shay Shay podcast became popular? Like I have no idea. Like I don't follow sports. I'm not in that realm of whatever is going on over there. So I don't know.
So he's living off of whatever money he's made from ESPN and from Club Shay Shay, but she got all of
now it's gone.
His athlete money.
I wonder if he's broke now.
I don't think he's broke, but that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So yeah, Harriet Tubman definitely would have shot Shannon. Next up on the list, Yo Diggity, Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is
Did you say your diggity?
Yo Diggity.
Yo Diggity.
Snoop Dogg is a well-known Trump supporter. He not only agreed to perform at the inauguration or attended the inauguration, one of the two. But he's been very like staunchly like aligned with Trump, his policies, and his administration, which is very unique or just interesting given like his history within rap and hip hop culture, coming from the West Coast and just like his like claim to fame around like being a bad boy, like being from the streets. Like it's just very contradictory to like now that he's reached a certain amount of wealth, having collaborated with Martha Stewart. I think that kind of did some damage to his political like stances. So
I feel like he had talked about the criticism that he had received from did he perform at the inauguration or it was like the after inauguration or something he performed at, and he talked about how they had offered to give him some money for some sort of initiative that he was doing, and I'm just like, I'm pretty sure Snoop Dogg is worth upwards of $100 million, and I just feel like are you that desperate for 10 or 14 million bucks? Like, do you not have that money in your pocket to support whatever like initiative or community initiatives that you claim they were giving you money for? That you have to like sell out your community or even like even just to show up and show face with that man, I think is really disrespectful. Um, Not just the black people, but now all of the communities that are being affected by that man's policies.
No, I absolutely agree. And this is kind of adjacent to Snoop Dogg. She's like subcategory of Snoop Dogg, but I also find it very interesting how folks have not forgiven or reconciled with
Is it Chrisette
Chrisette
Michelle?
Michelle for
Yo,
performing at his first inauguration. Like niggas to this day still do not fuck with Chrisette Michelle, but Snoop Dogg did the same thing, and he's like still like niggas still passing a blunt to Snoop Dogg.
I
Like
was somewhere in Harlem the other day,
yeah,
and there's a poster. I think she's doing a show in New York
oh
City.
for real.
Yeah, and the poster gave so cheap, and I was like, "Damn, she been down so bad since she performed at the inauguration."
Pola Tink Tink. All right, and the last nigga that Harriet Tubman would have shot
This
is
nigga should have been number one.
Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas is the second Black Supreme Court justice after Thurgood Marshall. Very different men in every way, fashion, form. Clarence Thomas was a huge recipient of a benefactor of affirmative action. He received a lot of resources, support, yeah, and just like uplift from white folks that were in his corner as he was going through his undergraduate and law degrees. And once he has eventually made it to the Supreme Court, he basically said, fuck every nigga that comes after me. And so he's been like staunchly opposed to affirmative action, votes very like oppositional to like liberatory and like actively affording people their like civil rights and equaling the playing or leveling the playing field. And so yeah, I really don't fuck with Clarence Thomas.
I'm smirking right now because I hate this nigga so much. I'm actually picturing Harriet Tubman shooting him in my mind. Like, I think you said it all, but just like, this nigga is just a fucking disgrace. Like, I don't even know. He just, like, he upsets me
It's
so
just so
much.
unfortunate because like you are the not vision, but like you're evidence of the policies that we need to be put into place in order to see black folks achieve, and not just saying like it's absolutely necessary, but like it helps. And it definitely, when utilized effectively, like you're the demonstration of those things like working successfully. And
Yeah.
so once you achieved and like accomplished all of your goals and dreams, like now you vote against them just
Yeah.
because you're comfortable. Like it, I think it's the same with Snoop Dogg. Like once you acquire a certain amount of wealth, like you're good and like it doesn't matter. Like fuck everybody else and like the
Yeah.
politics that come along with me aligning myself with other folk, like
I
with these
don't,
folks.
I don't
Like,
know if this is the right word for it. It's
mm,
not hypocritical, but I just I feel like it's really disgusting to have benefited, particularly from a policy, and then to be put in a position to then protect those policies and then
mhm,
eliminate them for everybody else, especially as a person of color,
mhm.
to know how difficult it is for particularly, you know, black people in this country to then, you know, get benefits and then be in a position of power to protect those things. And I think it's also a signal of, hold on, wait 1 second. I have to belch.
This bitch.
I also think it's a signal of like I just feel like there's a lack of empathy
Mhm.
right now in America. And I was talking to my aunt literally yesterday about this, and I was just like, I can't personally like live in a country where it's like you have Hispanic people that know that they have illegal immigrants as their family members, and you're gonna vote for a person who literally says they're gonna deport your family members out of the country. It's just like to not be able to empathize with somebody until something happens to you. I just don't understand it. And it really just like upsets me because I feel like morally that's just like where we are as a country, where it's just like no one gives a fuck about anything or anything that happens to anybody else until it happens to themselves. It's just like you really mean to tell me that you can't understand or see why somebody else would need healthcare until you have to go to the doctor and you're in that situation. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
It's upsetting you and your homegirls.
Literally.
So I completely agree. I think it's a lack of empathy. I think it's two things. I think it's in combination a lack of empathy and a desire or an aspiration to whiteness, to elitism, to the 1%. Like folks are striving so actively to get to these places where the folks who are actively discriminating against lower class folks, um, they're willing to sell out. It's like I'll vote to show my allegiance in hopes of getting to these spaces, achieving these things, but not realizing that it's gonna affect folks when I'm never gonna like access whiteness.
I agree. Um, yeah, Clarence should have been number one. Yeah, so this is your new segment. Are you gonna update? You're gonna add these every.
So niggas that Harriet Tubman would have shot is going to update every week. We'll keep a running list, and so somehow visually, maybe in a caption or something, we'll keep outlining and just updating the list. But yeah,
Yeah, Clarence should have. Is this list? Is it like in an Are they in order of like the most or?
no. Maybe we
Okay.
could do like a bracket system, like a seated, maybe down the road, like
Oh
once we
yeah,
have a
and
good.
at the end of the season, we bracket them out, and it's like the number one nigga that should be shot by Harriet Tubman.
That sounds good. We'll do that at the end of the season recap.
That's actually hilarious. Putting all these niggas in a bracket. That's really funny. Okay, I feel like this. I don't know. There's been so much shit happening.
Mhm.
I feel like this happened. Did this happen this week or?
I think this was last week, or
Okay.
like shortly after Zoran won the race.
Okay. Well, Andrew Cuomo ran for the Democratic nomination to be mayor of New York City. He's the former governor of New York State, and he has he's also a serial sexual harasser. He has 13 credible sexual harassment allegations against him. He has decided to run as an independent in the New York City mayor's race. Um,
This nigga's like a roach. Like people just not die. Like go away. Like what?
I saw the the board of elections had released the final results, and so I think
Mhm.
people are sort of digging into the numbers. And I saw a statistic that only 30% of people that voted had Cuomo on their ballots.
I don't know. I just feel like if I couldn't vote because I was registered as an independent, he cannot run as a Democrat and then change his position, his political
Well,
party.
well, that's basically how this works. Is that parties have also other ballot lines on the ballot, and so like the Working Families Party, they're an actual political party, and so they have a ballot line on the ballot in November regardless. And I
Mhm.
think what happens is the parties have to get a certain amount of votes to keep their ballot line.
Mhm.
And so usually what happens is the Working Families Party will allow the Democratic nominee to also be to use their ballot line. So
Okay.
usually what you'll see in November is like you'll see the Democratic nominee if it's Zoran, and then Zoran's probably also going to take the Working Families Party's ballot line. So you'll see his name twice on the ballot. And
Mhm.
you can vote on the Democratic line or the Working Families Party line. It still counts for that one candidate. But that's what they do so that they can keep their ballot line. And then a part of the conversation before Zoran won the Democratic nomination was that if he didn't win, people thought he should run on the Working Families Party line in
Mhm.
November. If the race was going to be between Andrew Cuomo, Eric Adams, and Curtis Silva, who is the Republican nominee. I don't have much to say about this. Fuck Andrew Cuomo. I don't like him. I have a serious issue with people who sexually harass women. I think I'm happy he lost the Democratic nomination. Um, Also he's doing this weird thing where he's gonna call for the other people in the race to drop out. Um, if they're not, whoever is not the closest to Zoran by September. But there's also a recent poll that I think it just came out this week as well.
Hmm.
Um, none of them are gonna win. Like Zoran is definitely most likely gonna be
Have
the
you
next
seen the
mayor.
girls fighting? Eric Adams has been like actively like
Attacking Andrew Cuomo.
attacking Andrew
Yeah, let them
Cuomo.
fight.
He's like, the legacy that he's left behind. We've done so much as an administration. Yada yada yada. I'm like, oh Lord.
I mean, Andrew has a terrible record as governor, so I think everyone should call it out.
And all Eric Adams been doing is pull-ups in the Bronx.
That video of him on the street side. That's funny.
When is the election? I'm just ready for this to be over. Like, I'm at the point, I'm like, I know who I want to win. Mamdani.
Yeah.
Like,
That's who you're voting for?
That's my number one.
What would it take for you to vote for Andrew Cuomo?
I don't want to say.
If Andrew Cuomo was black, would you vote for him?
No.
If he promised to give every New Yorker $100,000, would you vote for him?
Now wait. Reparations. Wait.
No, not reparations. Every New Yorker just gets $100,000, even the white New Yorkers.
Okay.
And the rich ones.
This is not equity. What would it take for you to vote for Eric Cuomo? Or
not Eric Cuomo.
They basically just one and the same.
They kind of the same nigga.
You can't tell me Eric Adams is not sexually harassed anybody. Like,
yeah, they kind of morphing into one nigga at this point.
Yeah.
Probably nothing. I'm trying. Yeah, there's like, I draw my line at sexually harassing women. Like that's like, yeah, that's pretty. That kind of sealed the deal for me. So, I don't
fuck them.
Pretty much. Yeah. So, Paramount. Did this happen this week?
Yeah, this was.
That's what I was saying. There's just a lot of stuff going on.
Natural disasters. Lord.
Like, yeah. So Paramount canceled The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, which airs on CBS. And I feel like people don't think about, even in New York City, there were a lot of New Yorkers who wound up moving to the left and voting for Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of people don't think about, even like we're a blue state, but I think people don't think about even the consequences of just having a Republican president on the federal level.
Yeah.
And so basically the governor's office,
which, to a good point, not to cut you off, but to a good point, like, I think people think of New York as like this safe haven that's like exempt from federal policy. And that's not the case. Like, I know that like even for the mayoral race, Zoran is trying to declare New York City an LGBTQ sanctuary, which I haven't heard of in other cities or states.
Yeah,
is that
either.
a thing?
I haven't heard of that either.
Yeah. But I'm like, I think that goes to show like how severely impacted communities can be by Trump's ignorance, the ignorance of the far right. So yeah.
But basically, I'm really gassy today.
Is that a new thing?
It's not, but today is like the gas is very heightened.
It's very vocal.
Yeah. But basically, New York City is gonna lose hundreds of jobs because CBS is canceling The Late Show.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, like in 2014, we had spent about $15 million to keep The Late Show in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think these are sort of consequences of the policies of this administration. Like, you don't even think about the fact that now hundreds of people are going to lose their really good paying production jobs on a show because this show is now getting canceled. And then the background to this is basically that Paramount, which was just approved, is it Skydance? They merged with another company. It's like an $8 billion merger. Mm-hmm. And that merger has to be approved by whoever is whoever is in charge of the administration.
Wow.
So that goes back to monopoly law. So like Trump is the president now, so the Trump administration had to approve this merger. I think it got approved this week. And then they also paid out. CBS recently paid out $15 million to Trump over allegations that they doctored footage from Kamala Harris' 60 Minutes interview.
Yep.
And I also think they released all the footage as well. So I'm also just confused as to why they even like settled to pay that money.
It makes no sense to me.
But
It
that's
is a clear
basically
attack on journalism.
That's basically the backdrop of them canceling the show. Is this is a political thing. And I think the funny thing is that South Park, which is also on Paramount, they signed a $1.5 billion contract. And then I think it was like as soon as the ink dried, like later that week, they put out their episode that basically was going viral this week online, where they're basically just like skewering Trump and making jokes that he has a little penis.
Little penis, he's fucking Satan. Just incompetent all around. It was hilarious. Have you watched the episode?
I did watch it. I used to be a big South Park fan. Oh, I mean, I referenced like a 2008 episode literally at the top of this episode. So I used to watch it a while ago, but I haven't watched it in a while. But I did put the episode on. I actually thought it was really, really funny. South Park humor is like up my alley. That's like my
Actually, yeah.
It's very much
and it's
so.
not for me, but because he was in it, I made it a point to watch it. And
yeah, it's very much so my sense of humor. And I also I like the penis joke because I do think Trump has a little dick.
If not one at all.
He
What if Trump was trans this whole time?
I feel like we shouldn't make those statements because our podcast has no money and I don't think we can afford a defamation lawsuit. I'm not trying to get sued because I said the president was born a woman.
Is that why you stopped doing ASMR
shit talk? Actually, one of my friends messaged me and was like, "Oh, you need to be careful about what you say." And I was like, "I don't give a fuck. Fuck Andrew Cuomo." Nah, but I do think Trump has a little penis. He got little dick energy, beating up on queer people, beating up on trans people, beating up on immigrants. That's little dick energy. Like I think his penis is like.
But then kissing Putin's ass and Netanyahu.
Little dick energy. He probably got like 3 inches.
Micro.
That's why he's so grumpy all the time.
Pissed.
Literally.
Also, sidebar, speaking of Trump, you saw the stuff about the Epstein files?
No, I mean, there's been so much.
So apparently, like, he's all up through there. Like, he was just saying yesterday, I believe, like, who was it? Not Biden.
Hunter Biden?
Not Hunter Biden.
Is it someone from the administration?
Was it Biden? Somebody. He was like, I never had the privilege of going to Epstein's Island, but so-and-so went 28 times. Folks are like, how do you know they went that many times? And it's a privilege to go to Epstein Island? Like,
oh, I know what you're talking about. I did see that. I forget who said it.
I can't remember who he was talking about, though. But that's a sidebar.
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to pivot. And, like, did you see the thing where Trump's now talking about giving all Americans a $600 tariff rebate?
I saw that.
Yeah, they're literally like, they're scrambling because his name is 100% in those files on that list.
Absolutely. He's trying to stay favorable in public opinion.
I mean, his approval rating is already through the water. Like I think what people don't also think about is like the harmfulness of that bill that he just passed is like a lot of that stuff is not going into effect until like 2026. So it's like not until 2026 after the midterms, like people are going to start losing their Medicaid. They're going to start losing their SNAP benefits. So we're not even feeling the full effects of the policies of the Republican Party right now. And so if you think he has low approval ratings now, it's just the best is yet to come.
The best or the worst?
I mean, the best in terms of everyone hating him and his approval rating being in the toilet.
Like, wait a second.
But yes, the best on that part, but the worst is also yet to come.
Also, just a reminder, make sure you're preparing to leave.
We should put like a flash alert. Like, get your exit plan, please. Everyone make a plan to get out of the country. Yeah, so this actually goes back to the bill that the Republicans just passed. But New York
The
State
big,
is
bald, and beautiful. What's it called?
yeah, the BBB.
Your favorite place.
Please stop. Oh, so basically, New York State is going to lose $29 million in SNAP Ed. And so basically, SNAP is a program that provides food assistance to low income people across the country. And then SNAP Ed is a secondary program to SNAP. And basically, what it does is it uses dollars to educate low income people on how to cook and like try to persuade them to eat more healthier foods. And then part of the money also from SNAP Ed goes to funding like community gardens that provide fresh produce at cheap cost for low income people. And so basically, New Yorkers are gonna lose $29 million to SNAP Ed cuts. And then, hold on, I want to get this right. There is a program, is a nonprofit called Children's Aid, and they have a garden in northern Staten Island. And so basically their garden is going to shut down. And so basically how I just explained is they have a garden, they use like they have a program where they give the community fresh produce and at a discounted price. So I think it's like they have a giant bag that you can get for $7 if you are on Snap, and then if you're not on Snap, it's $14. And apparently, like that bag of produce that you would get from this program would be like double the amount if you were to buy that stuff in the grocery store. And then they also have an educational part to the program where they teach, you know, the people who come to the garden how to like cook that produce, and you know, try to persuade them to eat healthier. So basically, the Children's Aid nonprofit is gonna shut down because they're losing this funding.
This sounds kind of like Harlem Grown.
Which I literally live right next to. I live right next to that garden.
I took a group of students to volunteer there once, and I'm wondering how they're impacted by, if at all.
Yeah. I mean, this is just one story. And this is the SNAP Ed dollars. This is not even the cuts that are going to come to the actual SNAP benefits. And so I just think this story, I just wanted to talk about it because I just think it's an example of the cruelty of this bill, how it's going to harm low income people. And then this program is run out of northern Staten Island, and Staten Island is like, you know, more the majority of like a Republican stronghold. And so this is also going to, you know, fuck over Republican voters, you know, in Staten Island as well. And then
again, folks voting against their interests.
Yeah. And then Nicole I can't never pronounce this woman's last name.
Maliotakis.
You know what I'm talking about? Nicole Matakalakis. That's how I say it. Congressperson Nicole Matakalakis of Staten Island, she voted for this bill. And so she's part of the reason why her constituents are going to lose federal dollars that are keeping them from starving.
Way to go.
Yeah, so fuck her too. Where are we at?
So recently Obama in an interview says that every straight man should have a gay friend. Yeah, do you have any thoughts on this? How many do you have straight friends?
Like male friend? I have
like
one.
Straight
I have
male
one
friends.
straight male
Just
friend.
one?
Yeah, my really good friend Zach.
Tell me about Zach.
Zach's my really good friend. We met in my volunteer program when I was living in China, which I talked about in the last episode. And then there was a big cohort of us, and we were spread out throughout our province, which is Hunan province. But then me and Zach wound up in the same city teaching English the next year, a city called Zhengzhou. It's about 3 hours from Beijing on the fast train. We have
Mm-hmm.
fast train in China, high speed railway. And we were in that city together and we just became really, really good friends. I
Mm.
also became like Zach's wingman. Like there's this part of town where most of the foreigners would hang out, where like all the bars are at. And so just like all the foreigners, like we just all know each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I just used to be like Zach's wingman. I've got Zach like multiple dates and I've set Zach up with women.
Oh wow.
And Zach is white and he's now dating a black woman.
Oh.
Zach he's in LA now. He graduated law school and he's now a public defender, I think in LA County. And his girlfriend, I think they've been together for a while.
Mm-hmm.
She's a dentist.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's begging me to come out there to meet her. I don't know if they're like
About to get
yeah,
engaged.
planning to get married.
It sounds like so.
But I did tell Zach that I will fight him if I'm not like
Invited
in
to the
his
wedding?
groom. No, I'm gonna be in the wedding.
Oh, you want to be in the wedding?
Well, not I want to be. I should be. I'm like one of Zach's like Zach is one of my really really good friends. Like Zach has like he's seen me naked. I feel like we slept in the same bed together. Like we've traveled all over Asia together.
Mhm.
Like we've been in onsens in Japan.
Did you hook him up with his current girlfriend?
No,
or-
because that was after we moved back to America and we're on different sides of the country. But I've definitely have gotten Zach laid, so I just feel like.
that has nothing to do with his current relationship.
What about you? You got straight male friends?
I do have a couple of really good straight male friends. One from undergrad, Anthony, and another that I met through Anthony, Raphael. And I have this is a fresh thought, but theory about non-homophobic straight men and gay male friendships. And I feel as though non-homophobic straight men treat their gay male friends better than they treat women.
You really? I feel like I have to think about that. I don't know if I agree with that, but I will say I do feel like straight men do
Mhm.
treat me like a woman.
I don't think continue.
Just
Thought. I'm finding it.
it's just like for example, like if I'm like with like straight men, they'll open the door for me or they're like I just feel like they'll do things that they would do for a woman. And I'm just like I'm a man. Like you don't have to hold the door for me or like do those things. But I do feel that kind of like they do like treat me that way in a sense
Yeah.
sometimes.
I think there's a level of gentleness. I
Yeah.
still attribute it to the patriarchy, don't get me wrong. But I do think there's a level of gentleness and care that they extend to gay men.
I don't need you to hold the door for me, but if you do want to pay my rent, I will take that. Pay my rent, nigga.
You want a sugar straight?
Literally, where those at?
I'll take a sugar straight. No shade.
I'm like, I've never heard that's like a new term. A sugar straight.
I'll take a sugar straight.
Yeah,
no
literally, like,
shade.
I don't need you to hold the door for me, but like, pay my fucking rent. Do that. I don't know if I agree.
You don't agree with Obama.
I get what he's saying. I think it's more so about also just like opening your mind up to different perspectives. I think this could even go for like having black friends, having Asian friends, having a diverse friend group.
I guess so. I guess what he was saying was like he had a transformative experience in college from a professor or due to having a professor who was gay,
Yeah.
and that kind of shed light on like just his openness to engage with different perspectives, ways of life, difference that he wasn't accustomed to. So I get that point. I also another theory that I have in that like sometimes people from places of privilege attribute the term of friendship or like ascribe friendship to relationships that aren't actually friendships
friends, like acquaintances.
or like acquaintances or folks that like they've shared space with, but like
Yeah.
they don't do the work of friendship. And so like I think that's how I problematize his statement and thinking like,
Yeah.
well, you call this man your gay friend or you say you need a gay friend, but like do you show up as a friend
Yeah.
in those ways to that person in their place of disadvantage?
Yeah. Also, the professor sounded like it didn't sound like a friendship. It sounded like an acquaintanceship or relationship or like professor student relationship
Alert,
that he had.
yeah,
Yeah, and not actually a friendship. I wonder if Obama has gay friends now.
good question. I know a lot of gay men that would love to be his
And I wonder
friend.
if he cuddles with them.
You're gonna get us.
Naked.
You're gonna get us shut down.
I wonder,
Michelle is gonna say, delete all that shit, Peggy.
I wonder if he cuddles with them naked like I did with my friend Zach.
Yeah. I don't cuddle and I don't cuddle naked with my straight friends, but I am a bit more affectionate with them. Like,
Why not? What's stopping you from cuddling naked with your straight friends?
I was gonna say because I be fucking my friends.
Stop. If that's happening, they not straight no more.
It don't be happening with my straight. So yes, every straight, go get you a gay.
Yeah.
And if you are
And
a wealthy
every-
straight, spread some sugar.
And every gay start looking for a sugar straight.
For a sugar straight. Every gay needs a sugar straight.
Okay, we talked about this recently because we've been seeing these barriers, but the MTA announced that they had installed these platform barriers at over 50 subway stations.
The dumbest shit.
Yeah, I don't know if you all have seen them, but it's just like these metal.
Are they at your stop?
Yeah, they're at my stop.
They're at my stop too.
At
And they're so
135th.
like spread apart in a way that like it doesn't do shit. Like
They're dumb. They're not preventing anyone.
Who is they?
from-
Say their names or leave it on the playground.
No, I said they're dumb, as in the barriers are dumb.
Oh, the barriers. I thought you were talking about like city officials.
Oh no, I don't know. Actually, no, I do know a person really high up at the MTA. My friend Q. But this is dumb. They're not. I don't understand the reason for this. They're not stopping anyone from jumping onto the train tracks, and then just now, is it today? This week, the MTA announced that they're increasing the metro fare to $3 by next year.
Because they're phasing out the Metro card. Well, as a result of phasing out the Metro card.
So because they're phasing out the metro card, the fare has to go up.
Apparently.
They need to take some of that money that they put for them stupid platform barriers and keep the fare to what it is now.
Which also the platform barriers look more like a resting like thing. Like, you know, there's not much seating or there's like dirty seating in the subway. Like it looks like space for folks to like lean on as opposed to like prevent folks from falling. Just because it's not like an entire rail. Like was it Paris that we were in where they have like doors that it's an entire enclosed barrier
Yeah.
and the segment opens once you actually like are getting on the train? I feel like that would make more sense.
Yeah.
So like maybe they'll use the extra money that they get from the $3 to build some of that, but
Well, those are really expensive to build. That's how all the trains are in China.
okay.
I don't think when I went to university in China, I lived a little like kind of really far out from the center city. And so our trains, we also still had those things,
Mhm.
but there was no top over it. So like you could jump over the thing if you wanted to get into the train track.
Yeah.
But in the center city of Beijing, or like most of center cities, because also all the subways in China are like relatively new,
Mhm.
so they can build them that way. Like you can't get into the tracks because it's just like that enclosure is like all the way up, and it just opens when the train comes.
Meanwhile, we got Spider-Man jumping from downtown to uptown side
I think.
platform.
I mean, I do recognize the fact that our subway is the way it is because it's old, but I think also like Paris subway is old as well, and I think it's also just been like a mismanagement of the MTA funds, and just a lack of infrastructure investment.
Where is that money going?
A lot of it goes to consultings, like consultants. When they want to like build a new train line, they'll spend like millions of dollars on consulting. And then it just seems like when projects are trying to get done, it's just like they'll say, "Oh, this is going to cost $1 billion," and then it just winds up ending like at $10 billion. And then a lot of the money does go to like consulting. And this is a big conversation. Like council members, we talked about Chiose before.
Mm-hmm.
He's the Gen Z council member. But he's sort of like doing this online series called like Why Shit Doesn't Work.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's also now in the Democratic Party as well, just like this conversation about abundance in terms of like how to sort of cut red tape to actually make sure like we're getting stuff done, particularly also in the area of housing.
Somebody stealing.
No, the money is definitely
somebody laundering,
going to places where it shouldn't be going.
No, dead ass.
Yeah.
There was one more thing I was going to say about the train. Oh, the only thing that I've seen the money go directly towards is cameras on the A train to stop public sex.
I think the cameras are important.
I mean, it's important for other things, but it immediately made me think of New York Sex Committee.
I think the cameras are important. I also would just like
stopping train performances.
I also would just like a functioning subway system and like functioning like decent infrastructure. But the cameras are good too.
I mean, hey.
I don't have one this week. But this is, I feel like the name of this segment has changed. Is it stupidest shit I seen on the internet? Stuff I seen on the internet?
Originally, it was dumbest shit I saw on the internet this week.
Let's stick with that. This is dumbest shit I seen on the internet.
So actually, funny enough, we talked about it earlier. So,
we did.
Well, not this specifically, but allegedly Trump wired Epstein $1.1 billion over the course of their friendship or relationship. In like 2,000 different like transactions or something like that.
There's been so much with this Epstein stuff. I haven't been. Trump gave Epstein $1.1 billion. Oh, just in total over the course of their friendship.
Mm-hmm. 4,725 wire transfers.
Even just the mention of Trump's name just gets my blood pressure up.
Oh, and also dumb as shit. He allegedly is going to pardon P. Diddy if he does not receive, is not able to meet bail or is given bail.
Would you put P. Diddy on the list of niggas Harriet Tubman would have shot?
Yes.
Yeah. I think he deserves.
The way that he screws over black people, I would definitely say that.
Oh my God. Justice for Danny Kane.
Justice for Danny Kane, even though a majority of them was white.
There were two blacks.
Justice for D. Woods and Dawn.
Oh man, Dawn's voice is so beautiful.
And Aubrey.
Aubrey is not black. Justice for all of them. They all had to put up with him. They all need justice.
No, for real. But not even her, like justice for Kim Porter, justice for my mom till this day says he killed Heavy D and she will not forgive him for that.
My mom thinks he killed Kim Porter. Oh, I have to do a disclaimer. From the last episode, I told a story about my mother and I mentioned that she was heavy. And my mother said that was an inaccurate description of her weight. And so I just want to put a disclaimer that my mother is not heavy. She is, in fact, very skinny.
What waist?
Sometimes when she skips a meal and she turns sideways, like we can't even see her in our house. Like she just disappears. That's how skinny my mother is. She said she wouldn't subscribe to our podcast until I made that clarification.
We love you, Deborah.
Yeah, we're at our time, but we want to remind you all to subscribe, comment,
like, share. Tell your friends.
Yeah,
tell your friends' friends.
Subscribe to our podcast.
Tell your sugar straights.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel because we need the YouTube dollars. You heard us earlier complaining about how high the groceries were in Trader Joe's.
I'm trying to buy cereal.
Like we need the YouTube money and this bag. Please subscribe to our podcast. We're trying to get our little coin. Stop fucking playing games with us. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, thanks. This was our episode. Have a good one, everybody.
Peace out.